Hey everybody, how you doing? It's James from Wix1.com, WIX1.com. Well, it's gonna be a crazy week, I think. There's tons of stuff going on. It's like Apple Mania has just started. They have a bunch of stuff happening, anywhere from the iPod, new updates and refreshes, to iPad Mini, to iPhone 5, and probably a plethora of other things going on. Samsung has put out the Galaxy Note 2, and there's a few other great devices that have come out and got a Kindle HD that's shown up. Amazon was pretty funny. They put it out with ad support and then turned around and decided, okay, we'll charge you $15 and we'll take the ads out. Whatever. That's going to kill their sales. It's going to, yeah, never mind. iPad's going to crush them. Just because they did that. It was a bad business decision. Sorry, Jeff Bezos. You're a great guy, but this was a bad decision. Yeah. So what's going on? There's more things on this docket than you can imagine. Apple's got a bunch of things happening. We've got a whole bunch of BlackBerry news. We've got Android news. It's bananas. So let's start. Earlier on in the week with what's been happening. Really, there was a car crash. There was this car that drove itself right into one of the California Apple stores. It's pretty entertaining. So yeah, there's a picture up on the blog. You can take a look at that. There's a little information about the live blog and the Kindle Fire HD. There's a new Motorola Razr family of devices being released as well. Well, it's kind of Moto Google release, to say the least. Yeah, Samsung's under fire again with the usual antitrust investigation after 3G complaints from Apple. Are you really? Samsung has all the carrier patents. Of course, this is going to happen. There's plenty of other nutty stuff happening. The Apple event set for the 12th, right? So September 12th, probably 2 o'clock-ish. They're going to start it out. There's going to be no live stream as they usually do, but there'll be plenty of blogs, live blogging happening. So we'll post that stuff up, links up to that stuff for you. Yeah, there's a pretty entertaining guy here on the blog, a super Apple fanboy. He designed his entire office to look like an Apple store. He did a great job too, actually. There's a picture up there and a link to some more of the information about it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so what are you gonna do when when all these devices hit the street? The iPhones, BlackBerry, got more Android devices. Like, how do you decide what you want? Are you gonna go by what apps they got, or are you gonna go by whether you can make a phone call or not? Or is it your Bluetooth that's kicking out all the time, and you just you don't know what's going to last a little longer than the rest, right? So I can give you my opinion about it. Take it, leave it, throw it out, whatever. Make cheese with it. I don't know. So I've been testing a bunch of stuff for quite a while. Like everybody else does. You go and try something for a while, try something else, try this, try that, right? And like I've found over time, I've tried the iPhone, I've tried Android devices, I've tried Samsung's Galaxy S3, and really, it's kind of funny, but the truth is, BlackBerry devices have been the most reliable over time, especially with call quality, Bluetooth, Signal, and address book, and phone, and contacts. It's just an easier way to get things done. And I know that there's not that many apps on there, but there's plenty of news and RSS and Twitter, and that stuff all works perfect. But the phone is just straight up, and like the iPhone is great too. It's got a 500 million apps or whatever the number is today. But the phone is just really weak, and I love Apple products. I've been a Mac fan for 20 years, but iPhone is not one of their strong spaces. They are an application and hardware developer, manufacturer, and they do a great job with that stuff. But I don't know why the signal area and Bluetooth is so weak on iPhones. And I understand that the new iPhone is supposed to have LTE, and it's supposed to have LTE on many carriers. So I'd like to see how they approach that. Have they really improved the signal quality? Have they really improved plenty of the other stuff? Like seriously, it's hard to judge a device unless you've tried it. But I've tried the iPhone 4 and the 4S, and I was kind of jazzed to try them both, and I'm like, okay, let's try this thing out, and well, like the interface hasn't changed in a while too. Like the iOS has been pretty static, and it's it's the same thing. You look at your apps, you look at your apps, and you look at your apps, and it's kind of boring. I'm hoping that iOS 6 will change a lot of that. Maybe you'll get a few widgets, so you can steal that idea from Android or something, or maybe some themes. Back in the day, there used to be this one application for the Mac called Kaleidoscope, and you could change all of your windows and their borders, and it was really cool. You got tons of themes, and it was a lot of fun. Speaking of themes, actually BlackBerry's been doing that for years. They've got tons of themes for their OS, and I'm hoping that when BlackBerry 10 hits, they'll have themes too. But I'm suspecting it'll be slow going from the beginning. But I believe that the OS for BlackBerry 10 will be pretty good. So, even without the theme, it's pretty good. So it's I'm not worried about it, but I enjoy having different themes, or at least trying them out to see if I like them. It's just a fun thing to have. So yeah, like I've tried out tons and tons of BlackBerry themes. I made some of my own and put out for people that to grab. It's just kind of a fun thing for the consumer, and for people to just kind of play around with. Phones are one thing, but it's what you can do with your phone that really matters. At least in my own opinion. You can have the best phone in the world, but you can't do nothing with it. Like, what's the point, right? Oh, I can answer the phone, I can put it down. Well, you can do that with a landline. You don't need to have a cell phone to do that. Cell phones are supposed to be fun and kind of engaging, and you're supposed to be able to do things and kind of be more social, right? So that's at least that's what I think anyway. And that BlackBerries tend to be kind of social. They got BBM, and people like having the ease of use. So with any luck, BlackBerry 10 will bring a lot of that fun back into the phone. Like it's been a long time coming, and a lot of people kind of like, oh yeah, well, BlackBerry, yeah, whatever. But everybody knows that they are the most reliable device, and they've been around the longest. So everyone's still kind of waiting it out, hoping out. Q1 next year they're supposed to be out with 6 different phones. BlackBerry's supposed to release 6 different phones. I don't know why they need 6, but yeah. So I know one of them is full touch screen, and the other will be a QWERTY kind of a bold 9900 style. So we'll wait and see what those will be, but I'm sure the other ones will be kind of a lower end consumer, entry point type phones, and just for people who don't have the extra buck to get the flagship, which is great, and not everybody needs it. So you just pick up something that can bounce off a wall a few times, right? So anyway, that's the story. So LTE is really gaining speed around networks around the world. People are talking more about it because it's becoming more available through networks. If everyone can kind of agree on a standard, that would be great too. But there's a lot of push and pull between manufacturers, carriers, and otherwise. So we're still going to probably see a whole bunch of patent fights. The biggest one was at the Samsung event. Apple ran away with the show for $1 billion, but that's not the end of the game. That's for sure. That's just a little markup on the board saying, oh yeah, we got this one. There's going to be plenty more, and it's not going to end anytime soon. So yeah, we have had plenty of stuff up on the site. Check out the blog. Check out the forums. We've got well over 10,000 posts in there. You can go and check it out. If you've got questions about something, or maybe your phone is kind of messed up, or you have some, something's going on, you can either hit the forums, you can even send us an email. We'll do our best to help you out, because that's really what this site is about, is helping people out the best we can. So that's all I got for you today. It's Monday. It's probably around 11 o'clock, and I hope you have a great day. Check out the site, wixnumber1.com.